Well, they got me the last bit. Well, sort of. They sent me a syllabus yesterday for one of my classes, but they're like, "Hey, we haven't like finished this part of it. We don't really know, but if you guys want to do something different, let us know." I'm like, bruh.
When do you start?
Wednesday. Now, I'm going to try to see if I can still stream every day. It's possible on Sundays and Tuesdays. I might have to either go earlier or not stream.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have to, because I've got a class on the next day at 8 o'clock and then 2 o'clock. So I won't have any time to like, or it'll be harder to take a nap in the afternoon. I was trying to strategize.
Right.
Where could I go to sleep on campus where it's not going to be weird, but maybe in the library, but I don't know. They do have like a relaxation meditation room, but I feel like if I was in there like every week, sleeping in there, they might frown on that.
An enemy has been slain.
So we'll see. Yeah, I think Sunday we could maybe go a little bit earlier potentially. I don't know about Tuesdays. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I could definitely go earlier on Sunday. Just let me know.
See how it feels. See how it goes. Maybe I could. I don't know. It's so annoying when they're so close to the tower. Boots? Yeah, Cole. You gotta remember to count the minions and watch out for Nico.
Yeah.
It's annoying. She can throw out her clone if she's good enough to like block my hooks, but maybe I'm supposed to keep going there, I don't know. Why would she do that? So bad. He's literally just standing there autoing. Okay. So horrendous. Alright. Sorry, I'll pull up the chat here in a second.
Shit. Didn't see her.
Sorry, it came straight from base. Is this the same misfortune? It's like same pattern of bad.
There's no way.
It's blowing all over mana on nothing. It's like standing and auto attacking, dying earlier. Like if she would have just backed up and just let me auto more, we probably could have just forced this Smolder Flash. It would have at least been a draw. We back up and then we have the wave. She just like blows all of her mana.
TF6.
Okay. Nice. That was a good sequence of events.
An enemy has been slain.
TF will have R, so be careful. He's probably going to use it right when he spawns.
That's fine. I'm not sure if I needed it right there, but I did it.
I guess I'll save my TP just in case for him going.
Okay. I don't know where Nico is.
Okay. I need to be smart about that. And I got her. He's still here.
Okay. Yeah, Smolder is going to be missing one CS here, I think. I guess that probably do have to get murdered. They have a lot of CC. Oh, she's up there for that. I think we can just kill the Smolder.
An ally has been slain.
Pinged it too. Dude.
An enemy has been slain.
I know. We gotta get a dive here.
God. See ya, dude.
An enemy has been slain.
No, please don't give it to Smolder.
An ally has been slain. Double kill. Killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Guess I should just let him go. We need to flash ignite that. It did force. I think he'd already flash barrier though. I was just really trying to get an auto on him. Maybe I'm just supposed to zone in and double back for the misfortune. If I'm standing there with the misfortune, I think there's no way TF kills her. We really need to convert that. Nico around. We are still up a ton of CS, but gears around there.
TF ult.
Okay. Shouldn't have that back yet.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry, I didn't know he used it down bot when we
No, you're
fighting.
right. I'm just kind of hoping, but he definitely could.
Yeah.
Very good to be running down. This guy's getting a better item. He's getting crowned. Which is pretty good. Well, okay, I'll come around real quick.
Ugh.
An enemy has been slain. Dominating.
Heal got me. Thank you. Tried.
Yeah.
Man, my positioning this game has been up the level 1 invade. So Nigo's probably mid. Yeah, she is. More minions there.
An ally has been slain.
With that blue.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Fuck, I think he saw me. Gotta watch that TF ult. I think we can kill him. Maybe? Oh, never mind. Shit.
Godlike. Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Your team has
You guys going mid?
Yeah. Alright. Oh.
Double kill.
If I had my bow, dude probably would have been dead. If I still had soul.
What? I'm flashing too then.
Flashing for what? Oh,
To
you
kill all
flashing?
3 of them. Yeah, yeah. I still had to wait for my my cooldown, so I had a flash.
Yeah, it's all good.
Basically started 0-4. Now we're
Now we're in it.
in it. I really don't want to match Garen. Is he gonna make me match Garen? She's gonna make me match Garen. Hate this.
Sorry, I'll get the chat in just a second. I'm getting locked in the game.
Has been slain.
I have no idea where Garen's at.
He's right here.
Any TP? Let me know.
Nah, I think we're good for now.
You got a ward?
Yeah.
I'll stick you here. I'm coming.
Double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret.
He goes right there.
TS probably got ult there. Yeah, I'm not gonna be at that fight. Well, keep pushing bot, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Oh, come on.
Unstoppable.
Oh, they real mad about that.
Dominating. Dominating.
I should be going something like Abyssal or Pipes. You know, some people do like the autos. Echo does auto some.
An enemy has been slain. Godlike. Has been slain.
What?
Has been slain.
He done lost his mind.
Nice. Forgot that was so annoying.
Let me finally get the chat going here. Alright, no
But you're
chat.
up. I
Well,
got
I
Jinx
guess
here.
that's- Yeah.
KDA looking thick.
Yeah. And keep it going.
And Jinx here or anything like that, but damn.
Nah. What you want to see?
An enemy has been slain. Your team has
deleted him. No, you know what? I don't have a great buy. I'm just gonna keep pressure going here. Keep that guy back.
Maybe? Yes, sir.
Oh, he thought he was bad. Yeah, I don't even remember what they did to nerf Nico, but
She don't seem that good anymore.
yeah. They nerf for Q damage or something?
I was gonna say her damage feels a lot lighter than it
Yeah,
usually
they might have nerfed
feels.
damage on her ult, I can't remember.
Yeah.
They nerfed Rocket Belt quite a lot.
I'm not there. I just went, right?
Dude, that champion is just so crazy. He's ahead, Echo.
Yeah. Also have the wrong runes, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I have my Mel runes on.
Okay.
Can't comment.
On it
Just not bad.
Oh, hold on. I mean, it's one of those things. There's just some champs too where it's like most people that play Echo are one tricks, so it just feels like everybody just pops off on him. You don't have enough lockdown for him, and he definitely feels super effective. A lot of people in solo queue don't find a lot of CC. Now they did have CC, so I don't know. He just started going crazy. Oh, and 25.
That's pretty good.
Rakan OP.
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good. I've seen a lot of people rushing Thornmail, and there were some pro players doing it too. Is it just like good value even without the thorns or something? Yeah, Nico Smolder. No, it's terrible gold efficiency. Is the Grievous Wounds that good? I could have sworn I've seen some pro players do it. Maybe it's like you just want Bramble, and then you're just kind of priced into it. Is Bramble just like that much worse? I don't know. I feel like I see Orange do it all the time. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that heals up top, so I kind of get that Bramble can be good. And also, I guess, if you don't have Wave Clear, I guess the thought is if it comes in, that the minions just kind of kill themselves. But you're also taking a lot of damage to do that. I don't know, is Sunfire just that bad? Or any of the other Bombies items? I mean, you do get ahead of the curve, right? 'Cause it's an extremely cheap item. So I guess if you're just like, I just need to complete this item ASAP, and then get other stuff, but... What was that, 350 and 50? 150 and 75. So 200 health for 25 armor. I can't do the math off the top of my head, but I just... What is Sunfire's efficiency? 86, but that includes the ability haste, which is way overpriced in terms of efficiency.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
I mean, what do people get on, like, hard tanks? Guess I could just look it up. I feel like I've seen it on Cassante, too. Maybe not, because Cassante gets that Frozen Fist, right? Yeah. Which was pretty decent. This was pretty good. I really, really like the boots. I mean, you do miss out on Ulti Hunter. I feel like the ward item is kind of whatever at this point, like the ward rune. Cosmic's still pretty good. Even if they nerf Joe. Nobody's getting Thornmail on him, hardly. Yeah, it's Unending or Jack Show. Looks like second. It's almost always Iceborne and then Unending or Jack Show, and then whatever you didn't get second, you get that third. It's like Malphite's supposed to get. Or Ornn. I feel like I see it on Ornn a lot too. I don't remember how he scales with his passive. Yeah, Sunfire. People just don't like Wave Clear? Like... Okay, so we're just seeing all the bad people. Sunfire. Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Every time you say Sunfire, I'm thinking of Aegon's dragon.
Oh, yeah.
God, every time I'm just like, what?
Where is he? Looking outside. Is he
Where is
coming
he?
back?
Yeah. I'm like losing my mind. I was like, wait, what?
Is he switching over? Is he talking House of Dragon?
Yeah, I know.
He's code switching.
I mean, like, I'm alright with it, but...
Like, I'm alright with him. He's cool. He's not as cool as, what, Caraxes?
Caraxes is the best, dude. It's the best dragon. The Bloodworm.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I really want to get Aegon's Conquest so we can check out Balerion.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hopefully I don't know if they're going to make it a movie, but that would be
Yeah.
so sick.
Do
I
like
think you're right,
trilogy
though.
or something.
They'd have to do. I think they'd have to break it up and not just. They probably couldn't fit it all in one movie.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, Robert's Rebellion would be another cool one.
But yeah,
The thing that I really want is, like, old Valyria. With the dragons, like the spawn of the Targaryens and the dragons. You had the Faceless Men.
yeah, I know.
They were founded around there. Then you got whatever the Doom is. You could probably have lots of, comings and goings with the Red Priests, who I always thought that was really cool, and they never really, like, did a ton with it. But Melisandre did some okay magic sometimes. And that would be fresh. You could also do the Long Night. Like the first White Walkers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because those are like so far back that we still just don't even really know. The problem with prequels is like like what's gonna happen. But I mean that does lead you still got some dramatic suspense, like watching it, how it's gonna play out, but it's like how can you add in enough fresh stuff? Especially for the huge fans. Add in enough fresh things to keep it interesting. Maybe stuff that
Get out of here.
people hadn't heard about or thought about. I'm gonna...
An ally has been slain.
Step up. Traded for a deal, I think. I think I could have grabbed Vel'Koz there. Maybe. The bush pressure is immense with Nautilus early. Like, you really have to respect the bush. You can punish him so hard. I mean, it's like no question Nautilus is far, far better in the early game. Rakan can still rock. He can still be good, but it's a lot. It requires more specific circumstances. Versus Nautilus is just kind of always going to be a big threat. And if you're ahead, he's obviously awesome. It's just if you're behind, trying to get vision, or if you go in. I don't know. Nautilus is very good. Yeah, he's definitely S tier. He's probably the best overall support on the patch. Especially for kind of the general population. And pros. He's not that hard to play, too, also. He's like very easy to pick up. There's a couple of things, right? Like if you're interrupting stuff with the hook. Okay, Jinx is way clear, and that's fine, I think. There's a lot of blood in the water down here. Somebody's gonna be coming for this.
Picked her back because he was low.
Okay. Okay, she gets me, right? Now she feels switch too. Yeah, I guess he didn't flash before. I thought he did. We'll do that and
An enemy has been slain.
here. You know, he's really low. If he doesn't get bailed out by the Shyvana, he's gonna miss so much CS. Careful. Coming. Okay, she's up top. Good. Coming. It was close enough. I feel like I had to do it. Cosmic Insight, let's go. Lower cooldown. We get hit most by the Vel'Koz poke. Vel's mad. Vel is very mad. We are smacking them so far. Jinx it too much, but we're up 20 CS. It's pushing on us too.
Victor's missing, be careful.
How the hell is he that tanky? Jinx just didn't do any damage. It's crazy. How is he 6? I guess he caught all those waves. Because he never backed, really. He was able to get away with sitting around low at tower. It was the Vel'Koz that got kind of shafted on the CS, or on the XP. I thought Wukong was going to be there faster. I guess maybe he got intercepted by Shyvana or something. Man, am I supposed to just like flash off the Twitch and start CCing the Vel'Koz in that last fight? I'm not sure. How am I behind on this? I've died twice. I don't know how I'm so far behind on XP. For it.
Here's something that won't wash off.
Has been slain.
Okay, yeah, we gotta run. Shyvana's gonna creep up.
An enemy has been slain.
No!
dude. I cannot believe she stayed for like 45 seconds. So dumb. I mean, I guess I'm playing with fire. I didn't think about them both being there.
Victor's coming down for sure.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I mean, they got a lot of magic damage. I guess I'll just get mercs. It finally got punished. They're just acting like we didn't have a jungler for like 5 minutes there, and we kind of didn't. I mean, he's playing top side. We should have just played better on weak side, but we're doing all right. We knew Shyvana was coming. I don't know if there was a way. If Jinx just finishes her back, maybe if I body block that better. I was thinking he was just going to run up and alter, and so I was trying to be in the way to cue that. But
An enemy has been slain.
he can go uninterruptible for that anyways. Or unstoppable.
Victor's gonna push that. I'm not gonna be there.
It's fine. Oh, the invisible hook, baby. Let's go.
Killing spree.
Please tell me y'all saw that on stream.
I have to check it out.
Twitch was just invisible for like, I don't know, 2 seconds or something, and then I just
You got
threw a
him.
hook and like pulled him like max range.
Book of Destiny.
That's right.
Yeah,
That was pretty sweet. Alright, I'm still just gonna do Solstice Slay. I'm not sure if that's correct. I might get blown up for that, but I don't know. It's weird because it's like because I'm gonna open with the CC most of the time. So if it's a counter engage, it can heal the Jinx and give her a little bit of movement speed. But otherwise, I don't know. Getting the other one might be better. On Rakan, I like Slay more because Rakan, it's a lot more likely you're gonna be sort of follow up engage or counter engage. You'll get more value out of the heal. But I'm probably just gonna get over healed. I think it's
An enemy has been
a
slain.
heal. Yeah, it restores health. Twitch is coming for you.
I'm gonna fucking die probably. Maybe not. They're all coming at me. Holy cow.
Yeah, and we're probably gonna kill Vel'Koz on this wave.
Has been slain.
So mad right now.
Has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Alright, let's do Locket next.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill. Shut down.
God.
Killing spree. Shut down.
Holy crap, I didn't realize Shyvana was 8-0.
Yeah. big.
Going AD. Ooh, nice.
Enemy has been slain. An enemy is legendary. Your turret has been destroyed.
Try and come back.
Holy shit.
Trying.
Shyvana is just too strong right now.
Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
God. I have a lot of
An enemy is legendary.
What was she trying to hit top?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, that.
Shyvana's pretty strong, but if we shut her down, I mean, Jinx is gonna be able to kill her once she gets in fair edge.
That Jinx, that Shyvana build's pretty crazy. Showed you Trinity.
An enemy has been slain.
Coming to you guys. Like 10 seconds.
Maybe get the spell cause here if he steps. Oof. Almost. Spellcause OP! You know, I'm actually gonna do pipes. I don't know if that's correct, but like we need to kill Shyvana, and I think having the extra 30% attack speed on Jinx and Jason is probably good.
Be nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out too far because I have no idea where Shyvana's at.
I mean, I'm not. We'll see. she's here.
Yeah.
I mean, she's looking at Baron.
Probably can take it right now.
Yeah.
Can help.
I can kill this spell card again if he.
They backed.
Just get away. They're gonna show up in the tri-bush or not. I don't have any wards. More wards. Alright, we'll just do that. Okay, Swan is bottom. Jesus, dude. She's just like cranking on him. And it just can't kill her.
You have slain an enemy.
Dude, I'm trying. I don't have flash. Like, he's running. He's staying out of my hook range, except when you hit him with that.
Jeez.
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dude, what the fuck is this champ? Like,
Enemy double kill.
Yeah.
did they buff? Like, how much do they buff her? I mean, I know she's like really fed, but my god. It's like she's taking no damage from anything. She's like healing a shitload and just tearing everybody up. And her form, like, she stays up. I mean, I know it's kind of like Olaf. When you keep hitting people, then she stays up longer, but... Wukong's got Cleaver, his 3-item Jinx. There's barely scratched her. She has no armor items. It's literally just hell. I guess she has Death Dance. She has like a half armor item. And Steel Caps. Okay, so we'll say 1 armor item effectively. Just a bunch of health. But it's like no damage. Oh shit, I thought that was a controller. It's had 4 things. She's around again.
It's me!
I'm pretty sure they're on it. Or they're gonna be. Yeah. I'm like 90% sure they're on it. Sure is given.
An enemy has been slain.
Given for Holly. Wukong just can't show that bot side. And she gets that shield, and then when she just attacks so much. There's ult. Okay, well, oh, she gets resist for every camp cleared. I remember she used to get resist for killing dragons. What the hell? Was she CC?
An enemy has been slain.
I don't know why she wasn't autoing the Twitch. Was she feared or
Either.
stunned? She dropped like 3 autos on the Twitch at least. I'm pretty sure he would have died. Alright, probably just get Knight's Vow, last item. Sold for them too. Now, like, all of them are online. Victor and Shyvana are... It's gonna be tough. If we can cap the Twitch and the Victor immediately, maybe... We just gotta keep Jinx alive and get a reset, I think, and then she just kills everybody. Hopefully. Because she should outrange... probably Twitch. Once she gets her telescope going. Fuck that thing called. X Optics.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Shut down.
Alright, well that's good. Is Hurricane against their team? Like, they have a lot of ranged. Is Hurricane better on Jink? I guess you get wave clear, but I'm just wondering, is that better than, like, PD? Isn't PD, like, the most single target raw power for his heal item? It's a little dangerous. Twitch rolls up, but... I'm gonna try to get that. Can. Everybody's here. Get a bunch of this shit. I mean,
I'm in.
Bottom. Yeah. Force the fight here.
Trying to kill Twitch.
God damn, like... Dude, that's crazy. Literally jumps into 4 people. I get the knock up on the missile while she's in the middle of everybody. We open with like 3 seconds of CC on her, everyone just beats on her, and then she ults, and then she gets another like 2 seconds of CC. And still is like more than half health.
Your turret has been destroyed.
She doesn't have that much HP. She's got 4K, but I don't know. I think it's just this. She's got like a shield that's like a 500 shield that comes up every 2 seconds or something. I guess because it's Shojin. But then also Steric. See, that's all the shit people should be buying. Like Trinity Force and a bunch of that stupid bullshit that's like health plus crazy stuff. Oh, she had 300 base armor?
Jeez.
I wonder if that was with the thing active or not. The, I forgot what it's called. The purple thing. I can do one more if you want.
Sure.
Probably shouldn't, but I'm going. What's up, dude?
Same.
What's up? Yeah, I gotta finish my syllabus and stuff like that. I'm mostly just gonna have to... It looks like they kept a lot of the same stuff as last year. Like, I mean, I could just do it and just try to explain it to them. Give them all, you know, dog whistle on what their grade is. So I think they're still going to have us use a lot of AI, which I do think it's helpful for it can be helpful. I mean, they are going to, like, almost every job, you're going to integrate some AI into your work. It's because it's faster. And a lot of stuff, like, you just don't need, you know, unless it's a job specifically for writing, you know, which is almost nothing, then that's fine. No one reads themselves. I know, but I have to, they will, like, the policies, though. That's the thing that I can't change that much about it. But like the day-to-day, they don't read it that much, but I still need to have it down there because it's like a contract. Right? At least it was at the bigger university, and I think it kind of is at the smaller one that I teach at, where students can contest a grade. I've never actually had that happen out of thousands of students, but in theory, if, you know, you give them a C and they think they should have had an A, then you can go back and say, okay, let's look at your work, you know, and just add up, okay, this was worth this many points, this is worth this many, you know. So you want to have everything laid out. It's almost like a legal contract between what has to happen to perform certain levels in the class. It's like, okay, you can't have this many absences. Okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. But those policies are mostly set forth by this department. They're pretty prescriptive. But what I have to work on a little bit more is kind of the day-to-day, the scaffolding as they call it. How are we building towards the big assignments? Because there are some things that... Oh, that's bands. Sorry.
Now I'm angry.
Like for example, I like to do conferences, which are a little bit more work, but I do one-on-one meetings with students for each essay, and then I give them feedback and try to give them some pointers on how they could improve for the final draft. No one else does that at this place. It used to be mandatory that you had one paper's worth of conferences at the big university. I did all 3, or all 4 in 101. So I just have to figure out where I'm going to put that in, but they have a day that's just like a catch-up day is what they will call it, where I go through and look at it, where there's just not class. Basically, they just cancel class, just for the hell of it. Here, we'll wait a second. And so I use that cancellation of a class to do conferences. So they still don't have to come to class, but they have to pick one 15-minute block with me to, you know, just show up. And it's just via Zoom or whatever. Or I use Google Meets. It's just been working better lately. But yeah, so it's like, you know, they have a long weekend. Yes, so I did get 3 classes. Which I'm very happy to be employed, which is great. It was kind of last minute. They confirmed I had those 3 classes. And then they've given me the syllabus that they tweaked like a day ago. Classes start Wednesday. But I mean, I've taught it, like I know the basic stuff, but it's just some of these details on, okay, which day is this going on? Which day is that going on? So the thing that's not great about it is that it's every single day at 8 a.m. Which again, most people have jobs like that, but most people get paid real money too. I get paid like Monopoly money. I don't get money. So that's like kind of one of the perks, at least, is it should have like a decent schedule about it. So it's every day at 8 o'clock. Usually, in fact, every time I can remember, they either choose, you get all your classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. For a very long time, for probably like 13 years, I had all Tuesday, Thursday, and that's what I liked because it's only 2 days. Also, so I get like a really long weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Also, I prefer 75-minute classes over 50-minute classes because you just have more time to like just continue conversations and follow up on stuff, give them more time to write. Like you just have more time. 50 minutes can feel kind of rushed, depending on what you're doing that day. So that's how it's usually been. However, this time it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 o'clock. So it's 8 o'clock every single day, which I have to get up and take my daughters to school anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, but I have to like drive out there, which it's like 30-35 minutes away.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
So I have to get the kids up and get up like pretty early, probably like 6:30 to get everyone dropped off, because they go to 2 different schools. I have to go through 2 different school zones and then drive out there. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But then there's also a 2 o'clock class So there's 8 o'clock, and then on Mondays and Wednesdays there's a 2 o'clock class. So I have like a 5-hour layover, which is not ideal. But I mean, I could just be grading essays or doing lesson plans or reading, or like I can find something to do. One thing it'd be hard to do is sleep. So that's the issue is that I'm going to be facing is if I have to get up at 6:30, it's going to be hard to stay up until like 1:30, you know. Because I'm in my 40s, I'm not in my 20s. Like, it's going to be difficult to make that work sleep-wise. So it's possible on Sundays I'm going to have to start stream a little bit earlier, and then I just may not be able to... yeah. But I just may not be able to go on Tuesdays. We'll see. The other days are probably okay. The Tuesday class on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because I go to class at 8 o'clock. I'm done by like 9, and then 9:30, something like that, depending on the day. And then I can just drive home and just go to sleep at like 10, you know, and just sleep, catch up on sleep from like 10 to 1 or something, 10 to 2. And you know, I'm gonna be splitting my sleep to do that, but at least I'll get the 8 hours. That's what I do right now a lot of times anyways, is I'll sleep for like 3 or 4 hours at night for a lot of the summer, since the kids have been back to school, at least. Sleep for 3 or 4 hours at night, and then, you know, go back to sleep after I drop everybody off and do stuff from like 9 to 1 or something. So like that would be okay, but it's that 2 o'clock class. It's like, I mean, I could go to sleep in that time, but I'm not sure really where I could do that and it not be weird. If it's like consistently 2 days a week. They do have a meditation room in the library.
Welcome.
It's not really
to
meditation,
Summer's
but it's
River.
like a calm room, like a mental health calm down room, where they just play like some chill music and they got like some beanbags and stuff.
Minions have
I could just
spawned.
fall asleep in there for 5 hours, but it's like, it's very close to, or 4 hours, but it's very close to, like a bunch of offices. So like a bunch of, it's like the Academic Student Success Center or something. So like students of mine, you know, past or present, could recognize me that I'm just like passed out in there. You know, if that happened, if you just, you know, need to take a nap for like an hour every now and then, but if it's 2 hours a week for like 4 hours, I feel like they're gonna frown on that. I could also just try to go to sleep in a random place in the library. There aren't that many places in the library, other, like just at a little desk in the back or something. But there is a lady that I think like every hour just kind of walks around just to check, make sure everything's like okay, that no one needs help and all that kind of stuff. And she leaves me sleeping there when she's patrolling like for 4 hours in a row, again twice a week. That's probably gonna look weird. I could also just drive home. That would add an extra hour commute. But I could just drive home and then sleep from like 10 to 1 and then drive back. But that would, you know, be extra gas, extra commute. Seems kind of iffy. I mean, I could go to sleep outside somewhere. I could just like go back in the woods and bring a tent. I would get eaten up. Find like a hammock or something and just get destroyed by mosquitoes. So it would have to be something like mosquito proof. But that would take a bunch of time to set up, and again, you've got the weird factor if anyone like comes through. I could just sacrifice the sleep and then wait until I get home at 3 and try to sleep for like a couple hours and go get the kids. I don't know. It's kind of a mess on those days, so I just may not be able to stream the night before one of those days. On Sunday, hopefully we can get on a little bit earlier, maybe like 10 or something, and I can go to, maybe 9, and I can go to sleep at like 11. wait, this lane counters you. I mean, it's good, yeah. It's just gonna be a farm off. But yeah, I mean, Dinger is really annoying. Donald to deal with for sure. Got that shit to like block. I'm just gonna take so much damage if I go into that too.
Yeah, I know.
No, we can't, dude. Fuck, I didn't get my W off. If I got my W off, I don't know. I'd probably still die, but I don't remember what I was doing instead.
An ally has been slain.
Why are we fucking invading, man? It's pre-6 Mordekaiser. Like, look at the lane bottom. It's Caitlyn Heimerdinger. There's no way we're ever gonna have priority. So the schedule's weird, but also it's just split up where it's like 75-minute classes for each, and then I also have a like an English 2. So I have like English 1 and English 2. So it's like different classes would require different preps. And then one of the English ones is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then one of them's a Tuesday, Thursday. So it's like the same papers, but then I have to like do completely different lesson plans and like chop it up, you know, for the 50-minute classes and then extend it for the 75s. It's just like a real pain in the ass. The one really cool thing though, other than just being employed, which, I mean, all of that's better than just sitting on my ass. Buddy, you're fucking trying to do shit, man. You just cannot do anything unless you gank this lane.
Dead. Holy.
At least he's not checking the dragon, I guess. But the saving grace is that these are all 3 are dual enrollment classes, which means they're basically honors high school kids, mostly seniors. So that's good. That's like the best demographic. Because they're, in my experience, they're almost always way, way better than like a typical freshman. As far as just like, just their engagement. I mean, just set the intelligence, or however you want to think about that, aside. It's just, they want to succeed. Like, they're going to be there most of the time, especially for 8 a.m. classes. 8 a.m. classes with real college freshmen, or general population college freshmen, is a nightmare. You're going to have so many absences. It's so bad. It's usually people that don't want to be there, too, because very few freshmen in their right mind are going to schedule an 8 o'clock class on purpose. Usually it's everything else is full, and they had to do stuff for their major at, like, you know, the 1 o'clock time slot. So they're just kind of stuck with 8 o'clock, usually. Now, there are some really industrious people, especially some athletes, that'll do, like, the 8 o'clock classes, so that they can be done with everything by, like, noon and go do their training. Oh, what's her name there? We gotta leave. What's up with the glitch? Bad. I mean, we should have dodged it. They're just too bombs. They're trash. But yes, but the high schoolers are used to it. They used to being up at 8 o'clock. So it's not that big of a deal for them. There are still some that have, you know, problems.
An enemy has been
Attendance
slain.
problems, but
An ally has been slain.
my experience is far less than usual for 8 a.m. classes. They want to be there, they want to learn, like they're actually scared of getting caught cheating, like they've got a lot to lose. You know, kids that are just kind of skating by, just kind of barely got into college, and you know they're just afraid they're just either lazy or afraid they can't write a good paper. Those are the people much more likely to use ChatGPT. Versus the honors kids know they can write like probably a good paper, and they've got a lot to lose. They really do not want to get kicked out. So. Jesus, why does that take so much? Kill this thing. And they all kind of know each other, which is usually a good thing. There were a couple of girls last year that apparently had some like crazy high school drama. Like they had to have the principal intervene or something. I don't even know what the whole story was. But they basically, I think they may have had a legal restraining order against each other. One of them told me, hey, just so you know, when you're picking the groups,
An ally has been slain.
she's like, I don't want to go into too many details. She's like, but I'm not supposed to work with this girl. There's a restraining order. She's like, it's a really long story. But
An ally has been slain.
I would really appreciate if you didn't put us in the same group. Or, like, make sure we don't have to really interact with each other. Alright. So yeah, there was that, but most of the time, the vast majority of them know each other, or at least know a lot of people in there. The honors kids all kind of take very similar classes, too. So that's like a nice little social bundle. It's like day one, people already know each other, they're already talking.
I'm gonna have to try to do this. Sure. But yeah. Sorry I'm coming. You're gonna die though.
Yeah.
No!
Bless. Dinger might be the hardest counter to Nautilus that I've seen. This motherfucker, like,
An enemy has been slain.
extremely obnoxious. He's got all the turrets to block hooks. He does a lot of damage. He can poke. He's had a lot of damage output. He's extremely anti-dive.
Kill me.
And we did at least get a 1-for-1, so that's good. I think Dinger burns stuff too.
Enemy killing spree.
Cannot contest vision. Man, Dinger is freaking obnoxious. Dude, please, we don't have, like...
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
to run through this freaking death trap. All these mines. Towers, whatever. Oh, if he walks through here, maybe? Yeah. Oh my god! Fucking bullshit. He didn't even have vision. He's just like, I'm just gonna put a random tower in this bush. Like, right when I'm hooking. Man. Alright. I guess I gotta get Mercs here. I gotta just run a little bit. I like the traps. Caitlyn's also one of the better, like, anti-dive
Shut
champs.
down. An ally has been slain.
Because she's got traps. And she's got her net.
An ally has been slain.
Bruh. God.
Coming back. Hell. I think we fight him.
Yeah, keep going. I've got a hold.
If I come through here.
Trying.
Open my field.
Face the crowd.
Push it back.
Yeah, we're going to be a lot better here. But I mean, Dinger's still like all right in the recon, but at least you can like get in there and CC and run out.
The face of your kingdom is identical to mine.
I don't know. Oh,
It's smaller than the diagram.
In the back, I got a big buy.
turrets, man.
Come back to you.
Holy. Caitlyn really might be the most annoying ADC, and like if she has any sort of health, she's so obnoxious. It's not just the range; it's just like the traps in the net. They're just so annoying. I'm gonna see. You might have to abandon that tower.
Your turret has been
See if
destroyed.
I can push them up here.
Your turret has been destroyed.
We're just gonna have to rotate Dinger. Just cannot land
Yeah.
against that. On the flip side, with all your movement speed, it'd be hard. They can't just
No, I mean, start to bring it back.
hard to engage on you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still kind of close. It's just their siege is so crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty rough.
But when they said they're gonna nerf the support item, I was really surprised. I thought they were gonna make it to where you could only get stacks in bot lane. I feel like that would have been fair and pretty great if they wanted to like hard nerf roaming. Ooh, he would have been pissed if he got that probably, but that was still good. Okay, yeah. Punish this clown.
Oh no.
Watch out, watch out. So that's coming.
Shut down.
Shit.
Has been slain. Has been slain.
Yeah, he flashed.
Couldn't have done that earlier. I wish he would have.
No way. Yeah, you were like, the way you were running caused me to get feared. Because that circle around you, anyone in that radius gets feared. So if I could have stepped like one step out of that,
Your turret
then I
has
could have
been
hooked him a
destroyed.
little bit faster.
The set should just ulted him sooner.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he... I think you can. Yeah, he probably should have. Yeah, she's not unstoppable when she's running. Yeah, she could have
An
just
enemy has been
ulted him
slain.
back. Maybe it was on cooldown or something. I didn't look.
Rampage.
Okay, we're kind of getting back there. Rookie has got some health. Ward's running. God, it's gonna be impossible to just walk into choke points against them. I think we just hit middle. Oh, they're running. Wow. Okay. Maybe they're really low.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, they just ran bottom. Orange almost got so far. You don't want the crab?
Your
Hey
turret
there.
has been
I'm gonna go get this mid.
Okay. Mord's actually, I think if he gets like decent items and everything, I think he's actually pretty decent against their team. If he ults the Fiddle when Fiddle's ulting, then he pulls all this, like, all the stuff away from everybody else.
With my technique, killing blooms into artwork.
And then if he ults Dinger, Dinger loses all his turrets. Like, they can't help him in the Shadow Realm. He should be able to ult Briar, too. Oh my god, what's going on over there?
ally has been slain.
Oh, Briar. The fuck? Did he get? They got the Briar, I guess, but I'm so low.
Diagram.
So overall, I'm very grateful to get this opportunity, even though it is what it is. It's still no money. It's under. It's gonna kind of be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but at least the students hopefully will be really good. At least I'm not a Walmart greeter yet. Not there's anything wrong with that, but I prefer teaching. Is it going to be top again?
An ally has been slain.
This guy's going to be so
Your
tilted.
team has destroyed a turret.
Constantly getting punked.
An enemy has been slain.
Died of Briar. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete's.
It's smaller than
So
the
close.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Just kill it with these little turrets. You know, piece of shit. I fucking hate him so much. Oh my god, he's got good.
An ally has been slain.
God.
I should have looked at that. I just saw that he wasn't buying that right off the bat. But he's getting it set. I didn't mean to flash on him. He's trying to press all the buttons and blow him up before he could run. I thought he was just gonna flash, but he was on with him. More didn't ultimate fighting that whole fight? The fuck? Maybe I'm just supposed to open on him and not ult him. Like, if we kill him, though, that's a lot of damage gone. I guess his turrets keep doing damage even after he's dead, so...
Can't get too close or I'm gonna die.
Fight.
Gee. Such a weird fight.
Yeah, buddy! Foul, I guess. Attack speed.
They have a
doesn't
healing.
too
Yeah,
much.
they do. I'm gonna get up this.
Like, wait!
Your
Ain't nothing but a
team
peanut.
destroyed a turret.
I saw on some podcast, I think it was Joe Rogan, that it was like an old podcast.
An ally has been slain.
Said he leg pressed 2,300.
Yep, he sure did for like 9 reps.
Yeah. Joe Rogan was like, that's a car.
Yeah, he was like, yes, it is.
He's like, we had to get out a calculator to figure out how much weight it was.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Fiddle's pretty low damage. But
It's smaller than the diagram.
Oh god.
oh,
Baited the
the
ult.
fiddle too. Why the fuck would you run into that? It's like walked into a fear. Can we get the bot? Gonna look or? I don't have ult.
It's right here.
This guy.
Has been slain.
Fucking towers, dude. I cannot get through that shit.
Slain. has destroyed a turret.
Can you just like not hit somebody for once?
Dominating.
Or can we? What can we get? You there? Wait, I don't think we can end. Can we bear it?
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
So that's definitely coming back online. God, setting off like 06.
3,
Yeah, brother.
Nice. 5 hours profits, 3 league games. It's pretty funny. God, league really does take a long time to get a game. They've made it faster than it used to be, I think. I don't know. These games... I haven't looked. These games feel like they're like 30 to 35 on average, which I think is high end, but I think about 30 minutes is about the sweet spot, I think, for most people.
I do so much damage now. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Range is insane with
basically
rapid.
falling off now. He still does, his big turret will still do some damage, but he got all utility. He doesn't have Leandres or anything. So.
No way!
Enemy triple kill.
All that healing.
Bro, I just got my mortal reminder and it did 1356
Healing reduced.
healing reduced. Yeah. I just used it, yeah.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Guys, I survived that long. Holy shit.
CDR the best stat for mages. What's up, React? It really depends on the mage. I know it's kind of like the boring answer. But it kind of depends on the mage, and it kind of depends on like what the item is. I think the most important thing is completed items and what their special effects are. If I had to blindly pick a stat that for most magic users, what's the best stat going to be? It's probably AP. But there are some where they have really high base damage.
It's smaller than a diagram.
Oh, he missed the flight. Lord's got him. Budget-wise, it is very expensive. If you're looking at like cost efficiency on items, it's like budgeted at 50 gold per run versus AP is 20. So, like CDR, I don't know. It has kind of diminishing returns. It is very good, but it's usually at a high cost. But it is good if you can get a lot of it. But usually you have to choose like a lot of AP or a lot of CDR. And most people, I think, again, it depends on the item, would rather have the AP. If if you look, like, there's more people buying Death Cap than Cosmic Drive, you know, for example. Or a better example would be the I forgot that thing that crits when you're low, when they're below 40% health. You know what that is, Days? I forgot what it is.
You said Shadow Flame?
Yeah, Shadow Flame. Something like Shadow Flame versus Cosmic Drive, right? Like, nobody gets Cosmic Drive. Everybody's getting Shadow Flame or Leandries or, you know, just other stuff that costs about the same amount that has more AP or puts out more stuff. Now, there are some champs that will get things like Malignance. So it just kind of depends on the champs and how they function and what they do. But I would say in general, if you're like super generalizing, I feel like AP is usually a better stat than ability haste on most mages. Who are you talking about specifically? And that's got to be it for me.
Yeah, I'm about to roll. I gotta
Okay.
get up early.
Yeah, I may or may not be on tomorrow. I'll let you know. I might have to finish the syllabus and just make sure I'm not a zombie on the first day at least.
Yeah, just let me know.
Okay. All right, man. Have a good one.
You
GG's.
too.
Let's see. CDR provides crowd control. Okay, so it depends on if it's a champ that cares a lot about crowd control. CDR also only has real value if you're using the spells right when they're off cooldown. You know what I mean? So, like, if the fight's really quick, let's say you've got an ability that has, like, a 20-second cooldown, right? And you've got 100 CDR, so that knocks it down by 50% to 10 seconds. If the fight's over in 8 seconds, then it doesn't do anything for you, right? It's just at those specific checkpoints. Now, if it's like a 4-second ability and you take it down to 2 seconds, that's actually a big deal because now instead of casting it twice in the fight, you get to cast it 4 times. But if it's longer cooldown abilities and you're only going to get to cast it once and you don't hit that breakpoint, or you only cast it twice, and you would cast it twice regardless of if you had that amount of CDR, if you don't get that third cast. So in other words, if you're not getting an extra cast in a fight off the ability haste, then it's not going to be worth it. Versus the AP is like almost always going to be good. Because it's like good for burst, but if you get another cast off, it's also good for, you know, getting another cast off. Also, AP, you know, can buff up. Usually there's a lot of like ratios in abilities that have utility, or there can be. So like AP might make the slow a little bit bigger on certain abilities. It might increase the shielding on certain abilities. Like Orianna, for example, probably wants more AP because she gets a lot of value out of that defensive shield as well as the offensive AP. Depends on what the ratios are too. Right? If you're a mage that cares a lot about crowd controlling, so if it's like a support type of champ, then ability haste might be better than AP. So like on someone like Rakan, to a certain extent, ability haste is probably going to be better because he has pretty long cooldown on his ult and his abilities, but they're all pretty high impact. AP is pretty good on him too, but there are some champs that just have like horrible AP ratios. You know, someone like Lulu has really, really bad AP ratios. So if it was like a Lulu mid or something, then you might want ability haste more so than AP. So it really depends on the champ. But I think most of the time, and most of the time, they're just going to get whatever the completed item is. Because most modern day items are going to have a little bit of almost everything that you need. Ability haste is one of those things that gets dropped sometimes. But on control mages like mid, it just depends on which like completed item you want a lot of times. Like you're going to be taking Blackfire Torch for just like higher sustained damage, and then that's going to have the ability haste on it. Or you could get Ludens if you want poke or better wave clear. A lot of times it comes down to HP, I think, is probably a more interesting question, because that's one where sometimes you might need an HP item just so you don't get blown up. And you might have to sacrifice some of your damage. But if it's just like straight, how much damage are you doing? A lot of times you're going to want AP. Now, Malignance is an interesting one because it does have a lot of ability haste on it, but it also has a lot of ability power. And the thing that makes it like enticing is that it's very cheap. So it's only 2,700 gold. So stuff, especially that can make good use of that hate fog, things like Ari. Ari likes a lot of ability haste because she really has to have her ult to like function. But again, she's probably not getting Cosmic Drive. It's probably just going to be Malignance and then a bunch of things. On Ori, I mean, I just feel like I do not see a lot of people get Cosmic. Now, she's one that might like that, because all of her abilities are pretty good, and she does like the movement speed. Cosmic, a lot of champs, if they do get Cosmic, maybe a Cassiopeia or something, a lot of it's because they really like that movement speed. And I got to go here in a second, but I can look at this for a minute with you. I just feel like I never see that on like pro Orianas. Blackfire, I think, is pretty common, either Blackfire or Ludens. It's like more people still go Ludens. Blackfire has a bit more ability haste, but the stats are like comparable. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, Ludens, you're getting more AP and less ability haste, and Blackfire, you're getting more ability haste and less AP. But I feel like that's just really secondary. Like, a lot of people don't care about that as much as their passives, right? Do you want the poke and maybe a little bit more wave clear with Ludens? Or do you want Blackfire that's going to have that burn damage and that's going to increase your overall ability power? So are you going to be getting something like Death Cap fairly early? That's going to make Blackfire a little bit better. And things that have dots on them are obviously going to like Blackfire. Neither one of them has HP. Rod's another option, but I feel like that's been nerfed a lot. But then see, like, yes, it does have a higher win rate technically to get Cosmic Drive, but it's picked a lot less. So it's in like very, very specific circumstances. Usually if it's not like a top 3 picked item, it's probably not great. It depends. Some champs have a wide range of items. Like, there are sometimes on Rakan I've gotten stuff that's like not a top 3 most popular item for a given slot, but usually if it's picked the most, if something is picked like way, way lower, then it's like typically not that great, or it's like very situational. But yeah, like most of these are not going to have ability haste on it, right? Rocket Belt is one that's different. Like, that has good stats on it, but again, the main reason a lot of, especially pro players, are picking Rocket Belt is because of its dash, right? And it's like, how well can you use that dash to help you reposition, to dodge a skill shot, to, you know, get in range, to do something yourself. It's usually to dodge skill shots. And most normal people playing the game are not going to, like, use that well enough to make that dash worth it. Right? But like Chovy, you know, on GNG, who I think was started the Rocket Belt trend, uses it extremely well as like a second flash, just about. So if you use that very, very well, if you get a lot of value out of that movement speed, that's why people are picking the item, not because it has ability haste on it. Because it's a lot less damage overall than something like Shadow Flame. Right? And Shadow Flame and Death Cap are like the 2 most popular on most mages. I feel like somewhere between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th item, it's usually going to be 2 of these. Sometimes people sneak in Azanias or some other utility item, but it's almost always you open with Ludens or Blackfire, sometimes Leandries on some champs, and then you're going, you know, Shadow Flame, Death Cap. Just because that's like max damage in a lot of cases. So if you ever pick something like Zanya's, or you ever pick something like Rocket Belt, you're sacrificing a lot of damage in order to have a little bit more utility. So it just depends on how well you use that utility. If you're dead, you don't do any damage, right? Unless you're Scion or Karthus or Cockball. Weird situations. But most of the time, if you're dead, you don't do damage. So if you're in a situation where you could die, sometimes you got to get a defensive item. like Azanya's or whatever. Or Rocket Belt, I mean, that could be offensive or defensive if you use it extremely well. It might allow you to play much more aggressively offensively if you've got that defense as well. I guess the same thing with Zanya's. With like Jason and Azir, if he goes in and scoops, he can do that more confidently with Zanya's. But he's, at the same time, he's given up just the raw power of blow everybody up, right? If you could have had a Death Cap or a Zanya's, and you've got the tempo matters too, because Death Cap is a pain in the ass to build. It requires 2 rods. So sometimes you just can't buy that. You're just backing with, 1,000 gold, and you just need to buy something because third dragon's about to go down. It's about to fight for third dragon in 30 seconds, so you just need something. You can't get the rod, so you got to get something else. It is, but there's some AP ratios are really good. I mean, I think Oriana's on her ult is like, isn't it like 80? It's 110 on her. Okay, so it's way better than I thought. 110 on her ult. 80 is on her W. So she has good AP ratios. And the thing is, now the Q is not that great, but it's very spammable. See, now that's another thing. Is like having a ton of CDR on something that's already really short. Sometimes you get value. It just depends on if you get that extra cast off or not, and if that matters in the fight. Right? And you have to think of the cost, too. Like, if you're going to get 20 ability haste, technically that's 1,000 gold. Right? And it's going to lower the cooldown. It depends on how much ability haste you have. But let's just say, I don't know, it lowers the cooldown by, we'll be generous and say 10%. I don't think it's going to be that much with 20 ability haste. But we'll say it's 10%, right? And it's like, okay, if it's something that is a... what is the W cooldown? Dissonance, 7 seconds. See, she's got short cooldown, so maybe that works. But it's like, it's not even going to be 6 seconds, right? It's less than 1 second cooldown. Versus you could have had 50 ability power for that same price as 20 ability haste because of the value, because of how much it costs per stat. So having 50 more ability power, if you do it once, right, you do 1 rotation, and usually Oriana wants to kill him in 1 rotation. If you can, then as soon as you're launching, right, you're doing 80%, 55%, that's 135%. 135 plus 110, 245. And then if you pull it back to you after that and hit them with it, that's like 275%. So you could have done an extra 275%. I don't know, like 130, maybe 130 more damage on that. Like instantaneously. Right? Like that's the thing. Do you want that damage up front or not? And when the shield comes back to you, it's going to be a bigger shield, right? So it's going to protect you from getting blown up. And it's going to increase your auto attack. So if you land auto attacks on them too, then it's going to be even more damage, which CDR doesn't affect that. So it's like, yes, if the fight goes for 6.1 seconds, right? If it goes for 6.1 seconds, then you will get an additional, rotation of your spells off. And yes, in that case, where it is somewhere between, the fight lasts exactly between 6.1 seconds and 7 seconds, then you're winning, right? But if it's between 1 second and 6.1 seconds, you're doing more with the same AP value. Or if it's from 7 seconds up until the next checkpoint, whatever that is, 12 and a half seconds, then you're doing more damage. Because then you're going to have the same amount of casts off, right? You're still going to have 2 casts if it's between 6.1 and like 12.5 seconds, then you're going to have 2 casts. But now you've been able to cast both of those with an extra 50 AP, which is 100 total AP with 275, percent ratio would be an extra 275 damage. So it's like the ability haste only matters, again, if you're getting that one more cast off of your stuff when you wouldn't normally get that cast off. If you're getting the same amount of casts, then you're better off with AP. And so that's why it's like, okay, in a normal fight, what percentage of the time is it going to be between 6 and 6.5 seconds versus is it going to be, so that's like half a second over 12.5 seconds, whatever percentage that is. I don't even know, 5% of the time in that scenario, it's going to be better to have ability haste if you have to just raw pick the stats. Again, most of the time, this is like a fake choice because you're not picking it based on the raw stats, right? Like you're not just buying all glowing motes or all, needlessly large rods. Like you care about the item that it's attached to. Occasionally, like the ability haste does matter. But yeah, so I that's why I feel like ability haste is overrated, especially for its price. Like it is still good. But when you compare it to AP on mages, depending on the mage, but it's like those breakpoints just aren't going to matter as much. Now that's just looking at command dissonance. Yes, you are going to be able to cast more of your Qs. So that's a 3-second cooldown. You're going to be able to cast slightly more of those. But it's just the 50 gold price point is just crazy for it. It used to be like 27 gold for a CDR. A true CDR, which was way stronger than ability haste is now. So like it's a stat that you want, it's a stat that's good, but there's a reason that most mages don't budget for it, right? Because most of the time they're going for burst. And AP, again, also interacts with more things than ability haste does, such as the passives, the amount of like slows you get on an ability, like the strength of the slow, all that kind of stuff. Now, ability haste does, on champs that have extremely powerful ultimates like Orianna, that is very useful, right? Because that's a very long cooldown. Well, it's not super long, but, if you're getting 10% off on your level 6 cooldown, that's what, 11 seconds? Like, that could be a very big deal, right? If you're waiting on a fight, and this comes up a lot as Rakan, it's like, okay, a fight's about to break out, and your ult cooldown is like 10 seconds away. That's really bad, because then you don't even get to cast it at all in the fight if the fight breaks out and is over within 10 seconds. That could, win or lose you the game, whether you have that ult. So, part of it also is how proactive can you be with your ultimate? How often do you need it to be all off cooldown immediately to go make a play with it? Orianna's is pretty high impact. But there are other things where, like Soraka, you're not casting your ult on cooldown from a support perspective. You're waiting for the right opportunity to do that. So ability haste on her ultimate is not quite as powerful because you're not looking to use it proactively as soon as it's off cooldown. Versus Rakan and Nautilus, you're trying to like find a play usually and like make it happen right when it's off cooldown. She does, but I mean, you can build it however you want. I'm just explaining the reasoning why you don't see that very common, because it doesn't really have a passive that matters, right? Like you get a little bit of a like ability speed, but that's in most people's mind that's nothing compared to being able to crit on the damage or increasing your ability power by 30%, right? Like all of these just have way better passives and actives. So I think that's a cool item. I just think it should be a lot cheaper. So it has like really good stats, but it's just the passive and the active sucks. It's just kind of a stat stick. So that's why a lot of people don't get it. So yeah, I mean, stuff like Orianna, stuff like Cassiopeia, things like that really want ability or like movement speed might occasionally get cosmic, and it's going to look good on paper. Like, the cost efficiency is going to look good, but when it's like looking for, yeah, I mean, it looks really good. It's like, oh man, 136%. But the thing is, like, when a lot of the passives don't have a value on them, right? So if you look at something like Shadow Flame, it's probably going to be like 100% efficient, maybe less than that. Yeah, 90% efficient, but it's because you can't really, there's no gold value assigned to critically striking on your damage when something's below 40% health, you know? So, and most mages want to kill people almost instantly. So, again, stuff like Rise, stuff like Cassiopeia. Does Rise even get Cosmic Drive? If anyone's going to want something like that, it would probably be like Rise or Cassio, for sure, but I'm not even sure if they get it. I think he just goes Rod. Yeah, Rod, Tier, Cap. Again, it's not that, like, this is not a cool item on it. It's like, oh, it's 66% win rate. It's like, yeah, but it's picked 9 times, you know? That's extreme, not getting picked. But, you know, he just wants mana so much. And Cassio's kind of the same way. So a lot of these mages that want to do high sustained damage, that would like to run around and do that type of thing, usually they're going to opt for a mana item. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, it's cool talking to you. I like theory crafting stuff too, but ability haste, again, I think is going to shine the most when you have a champion that has an extremely powerful proactive ult that you want to use to make a play immediately. As soon as it's off cooldown. I think that's where it really shines, because AP is not going to help you if the thing's not off cooldown to begin with. So as far as like in combat, again, there are certain breakpoints where it's good. I mean, you could say the same thing about AP. Does the AP really matter if it doesn't kill him, right? Or if it overkills him, right? It's like, okay, you got 50 extra AP. That's only going to matter if they otherwise would have finished the fight at 200 HP, right? If they finish the fight with any more than that, then they live and it doesn't matter. If they walk away and they live with 1% or 5% health, it doesn't matter. So if the AP doesn't actually kill them, then does it even matter, right? So like you could take that same kind of reasoning I'm talking about with ability haste being such a narrow window of mattering and also apply it to AP. I just feel like the AP is going to do a lot more on most champions universally. But again, there's, it just depends on the champ. But also, most importantly, it depends on the passive and the active on the item. So very rarely, I think, do the stats matter as much as the completed item and what it's doing and how that interacts with your kit and the other items that you have. Because some things are very efficient, like Cosmic Drive, but it's just the fact that its passive is really limp compared to some of the other options is problematic. But usually you're getting some amount of these stats on most of the items, right? Ability haste on mage items is a bit of a weird one because, especially like Luden's Blackfire, but I think it just comes down to whether you want the wave clear and the poke or whether you want the sustained damage off of Blackfire. I mean, Freak obviously spends a lot more time thinking about things and knows a lot more than I do. So, the thing is, it's also a lot cheaper, though. That's the thing. If they were the exact same price, gold value, I would probably say ability haste. Yeah, I mean, you do have those, yes. So, at a certain point, just getting raw AP is not going to be good. You know, again, it depends on what your items are doing and what they're doing, right? So something like Death Cap is going to be very good if you have really good AP ratios and if you have other high AP items. But if you've got a bunch of utility items, you know, you've got a Proto Belt, a Zanya's, it's not going to be as good as some other things. And stuff like Leandri's doesn't interact very well with Death Cap either, because Leandri's, you would much rather have penetration with that. So you'd much rather try to get something like a Void Staff because its percentage-based damage doesn't have an AP modifier. So it's not that they're horrible together, but you're just not getting that synergy. So you'd rather have, something like Void Staff there versus if you have Death Cap, getting other items or having abilities or runes or whatever that scale off of the AP or give you a bunch of AP is what you would want. So there is that. But I mean, the truth is you just kind of want a balance of a lot of things, right? Ability haste also, kind of falls off. It's got that logarithmic curve to it where it kind of falls off over time per point, the same way as armor or magic resist. It's like, yes, every point you get, I know someone will say mathematically, every point you get reduces the amount by 1%, right? For when you can cast your next ability. But the truth of the matter is, buying one ability haste whenever you have 0 versus buying one ability haste whenever you have 100 is going to be, it's a lot less effective if you already have 100. In terms of a raw flat number, how much is it reducing the cooldown on your ability? It's less. Just like armor, right? Buying 1 point of armor when you have 0 is very, very effective. But if you have 100 armor or 200 armor or whatever, then you're getting less like flat value out of it the more points you spend, because it all costs the same amount of gold per point. A point of armor is the same cost whether you have 300 armor or 0 armor. So that's why it's better once you have so much armor usually to start buying health instead. So that's going to be more effective for your gold in order to have more effective health to live longer. And it's the same thing with like AP. You don't want to just get all AP. At some point you probably want a Void Staff because the penetration is going to be better than getting a bigger flat AP item. But a lot of it, again, is just coming down to the actives and just choosing which actives and passives you need more so than just the raw stats. Like Proto Belt, right? It's going to have bad stats compared to other mage things, but if you use that dash really well, that could totally break open the game. Or if you really need a Zhonya's for a certain situation, yes, it's less damage, but that could be completely game breaking if you Zhonya's at the right time. So it really, most of the time, you can theory craft it, math out the stats all you want, but most of the time, it's just going to be better just to think about the completed items and what that's going to do for you and what you need in a certain situation off of those items. I think that's a better way to think about it. So I wouldn't just try to go for, well, this is technically more cost efficient or stat efficient all the time. I would just think, okay, I really need this item here. It's not as great as other choices, but that's what I'm going with. It's like sometimes I'll have to get something like Bagpipes, even though we may not have like that many auto attackers on our team, we have like a couple, but the problem is we just don't have enough damage to kill them. So I'm just like, I could get a Knight's Vow here, but if the game goes long, if the fight goes long, we're probably going to lose. Like, we have to blow up this thing that gets crazy resets, this Katarina, this, whatever. We have to kill it before it gets resets, or we're going to lose the fight, right? So it's like, technically, Knight's Vow might be better if they have, like, all AD, or they keep blowing up your Jinx or something. So it might be better defensively, but just reading the situation, you might think, we have to have damage, or we're just going to lose this fight. And so then I just want to buy an offensive item. Or sometimes I'll get like Abyssal Mask, even if they may not have a ton of magic damage on their team for similar situations. I'm like, well, we have 3 AP champs on our team. Again, we need the damage. We need to win these fights quickly. So I'm just going to get it just so we do more damage, even though it's not as cost efficient, and even though I don't need the magic resist as much, I just need to be able to give the team more damage here. So yeah, or like Shirelia's, for example. If we're ahead and we're just trying to run people down because we need picks, that's how we're going to win. We need to try to close the game out and get a Shirelia's, even though the stats are pretty trash. Yeah. I mean, you can choose it. Like, your choice is basically you're going to lose a lot of damage if you go for Cosmic, but you're going to have movement speed. You're going to be able to cast more abilities. So if you have enough utility, I mean, Ori does have utility. If you're talking Ori, like, she's got the shield. That's really good. Your ultimate is very high impact. So yeah, if you think you're going to get blown up, especially, and you want a defensive health type item, Leandri's is not that great on her. Trying to think of other Rod is not that great on her. It's okay. So if you just kind of want a hybrid, I kind of want some health, I want some survivability, but I also want the movement speed and just to be able to cast a lot of spells. I mean, try it out. Hey, if it works for you, then that's good. But yeah, the traditional wisdom, I think, with Ori most of the time is you want to combo, you want someone else to go in, you put your E on them, right? So you put the ball on them, and then as soon as they go in, you blow them up with the R. I feel like that's why most people just kind of go just about max damage on Orianna, because you want them to die immediately once you do your combo when someone engages. You don't want there to be another rotation of spells. But again, if they have a lot of tanky champions, if that's not happening, right? If they have Set, Malphite, Nautilus, Sejuani or something like that, if you're not going to blow them up and you got to go for a longer fight, maybe, I don't know, maybe that would be a good move. I don't know. Scaling can be, it depends. I actually tend to like stuff that, scales better in the mid to late game. I really don't like being on the clock. I mean, ideally you're playing champs that are good in most phases of the game, or can be, but I really historically just do not like playing stuff, like Pantheon or Lee Sin, stuff that has to get really far ahead or it's just worthless later. Because I feel like it's just so hard for your team to keep that momentum going. Like, someone's going to screw up. If they ever get a kill, get shutdowns, or definitely objective shutdowns, they can just rubber band and get right back in the game so well. So I've just always historically preferred playing stuff that kind of that sort of scales. But also, on the other end of the coin, I don't like playing stuff that's completely worthless and takes 30 minutes to do anything, right? Like your Gnosis, your Kale, and stuff like that. So it's usually a happy medium. I can make stuff happen, but in the if I don't, then I'm still useful, right? If I fall behind, if I'm getting turbo camped by the jungler, if my ADC just doesn't have a clue what's going on or whatever, then I can just wait it out and still be useful in the mid game potentially. So Rakan's a great example of that. He's not insane early, but he's very good, kind of from the mid game up. Nautilus is pretty good at, basically all phases of the game. Yeah. I mean, Rod is still played some, and it's still good on some champions, but it definitely has been nerfed. In pro play, where it's usually a little bit more slow and deliberate, kind of depends on your elo bracket too, right? The lower the elo, the more there's just going to be a ton of kills, and so it doesn't take as long to scale up because there's 30 deaths in the game by 15 minutes. So stuff that might take forever to scale is going to be super scaling potentially. Just getting all these stacks or getting all this gold off of all these fights. Versus higher elos usually are a little bit more deliberate. There's less kills, there's less fights because people are a lot more, they choose their battles a lot wiser. Not always, but often. It'd be interesting to look, but I would almost guarantee in something like Bronze, there's going to be more kills in a game on average than Challenger. Quite a bit more. It's not because they're better that they're getting the kills. It's because they don't understand when they should be fighting or not, and they just fight everything. Okay, but anyways, I got to get out of here. It's been great chatting with you, but I do have to get up in the morning. I do have to take care of some things. But thanks so much for coming out. I appreciate it. Good luck with the Cosmic Ori. Report back. Let me know if you're finding a lot of success with it. Maybe unlock the secret sauce. But other than that, have a great night. We'll see everybody next time.